Well, I'm Jake Hill and I'm from the Solent Shire and I'm just the biggest bogan out here, so let's just start this off.
I'm Heidi. I'm visiting from Grafton. My first time at Fort Sun, but loving it.
I'm Mitchell. I'm a local here. I've been to a few Fort Suns now and loving it all the same.
Classic Bluey. It's your bud Jeremy Neale. I don't usually do speed dating with such a small group, but we're keeping it intimate today. Usually, so it's, Fort Sun. Speed date. Let's begin.
So let's try and pick my interest. What do you order at Subway?
Look, I'm a guy that gets the salad, like a salad. I'm the guy that says, oh, can I just get a salad? And they're like, salad sub. And I'm like, no, salad in a bowl. And then...
Do I have the permission to leave right now?
Yeah, you can go. It's okay. Relieved.
I'm a chicken teriyaki.
I always get the meatball and salad every time. No questions asked.
It's good. It's a good combo. I feel that, you got to watch that because sometimes they just sit in the tray for a really long time. Yeah. Like days.
I love this one. Do you think dogs can fall in love?
Of course dogs can fall in love. Dogs can fall in love more than people can fall in love because their love is like very, it's very honest, right? You know what I mean? They got nothing to gain. They just put themselves out there. And they got no ego to get in the way as well,
I feel like that's a very obvious question. Of course they can fall in love.
Yep.
I'd like to think that me and my dog are somewhat in love. Not quite like people love, but I don't know. I like to think that they have feelings. Otherwise, it's all for nothing, really.
Yeah, they got feelings. What about you, Jake? Do you think?
I really hope they can't fall in people love because I'm worried what you do to a dog, mate. But dogs are great. I mean, they're not cats, so everything's perfect about them.
Jeremy Neale, do you have a dog?
I don't at the present moment have a dog, but I was involved in the raising of a dog not so long ago. And it's a very beautiful experience, because I was like, it's always like I like dogs, but I don't think dogs should be inside the house or inside the bedroom.
Yes.
But then when you get a puppy, and about like a week later, you're like, now that puppy can sleep in the bed, that puppy can like do whatever the puppy wants. Puppy wants the bed, I'll sleep on the floor. So it changes you. So everybody should have that experience, I think.
Very good. Alrighty, Jeremy, what's the weirdest thing you've done in front of your dog? Another dog-related question.
There's a lot of dog questions. I don't know. I mean, I think like this is the thing. Like if you're like writing a song, you know what I mean? Like you would never do that in front of other people, but in front of a dog, you're just like, hey bud, I trust you fully. I know I'm in a no judgment zone and a safe place. So maybe that's a weird thing, like just writing creatively in front of a puppy.
Fair enough. When I was living at home and my parents were away overseas for quite a few weeks, I like to cook food in the nude. Yep. So I cook in the barbecue outside, my dog's around.
Dogs don't wear clothes either generally,
exactly
so
right.
it's cool.
So we feel at home with each other.
Yeah,
but anyway.
it's good. It's not weird at all, that's beautiful.
Your question.
My question? Alright. Well, it's alright because the dog can't judge you on your size. Righto. Ooh. What's the most items of clothing you've lost in one night? You've lost in one night, sorry.
Lost in one night.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Loaded question.
We're going to do... Yeah, how many?
What's
the most items of clothing you've lost in one night?
The most items. I think the only time it ever happens is like when it's unfortunate because you don't want to lose items of clothing. I mean, generally you had to work for those items of clothing, and then so it's like not only do you lose like a piece of maybe you're attached to that and you might not find it again because maybe it was from like 5 years ago you bought it, but also when you did buy it, you had to make money to buy it in the first place, which was equivalent of hours of work. So not only do you lose a precious item, but you also lose time that you invested in that. So
clothes equals time.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that movie with Justin Timberlake, that In Time film. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
Like, yeah, that was heavy hitting, man, because it's true. Like, we exchange all our time for money all the time, So don't go losing your clothes.
So if you're buying an item of clothing, you're like, this is worth 8 hours of my work. I mean, that's a pretty expensive item of clothing, sorry, but...
Yeah, no, but sometimes you got to do it. You know, you got to treat yourself.
Exactly. So the most you've lost in one night, like how many hours worth of work?
I don't, it would, actually, you know what? This wasn't even one night. This is just, I had this like track jacket, okay? Don't judge me too harshly. It was like 10 years ago. But it was a Puma track jacket. It was like my pride and joy. But I was raised in the suburbs where like a Puma track jacket is like hot ticket item. Yeah. And so I hung it on my line one day and it was like gone by morning.
Whoa.
Yeah. That's not even a controversial losing of clothing. That's just like,
That's just stealing.
that's just life like really being harsh.
Alright,
But I feel I should ask a question, even though we're asking all around. I just wanna like look into you guys' eyes and ask these questions.
We're not afraid.
Now I'm struggling with
It's
this.
gonna be the worst question.
Oh, this is pretty good. What's your favorite type of carb?
Of carb.
Carb, like carbohydrate. You know what I mean?
Ah.
Like, yeah.
Well, beer is a carbohydrate.
Unless it's like a really low carb or zero carb beer. Like Big Head Brewery has the zero carb beer.
That's right. But beer is a pretty good carbohydrate.
I'm a pasta man. There was only the other day I made my own homemade pesto pasta.
Yeah.
Can't get around it. Very
Nice.
delicious.
Just self-advertising.
Is there a bad kind?
No, I don't think there is. I don't think you
Exactly.
could go wrong here. I think
mean,
that
Hey,
it's completely
super.
reasonable.
And your favorite type of carb?
I think it's just toast. Like,
Toast.
you know, like I went through a big like no bread because it's just like makes me tired afterwards. I was just like, I'm just gonna keep it like protein, keep it salad, and keep going. But then you start having carbs again, and then it's all you want for every meal. So I'm just like toast and avocado is just like my go-to kind of thing, and so it's my
Nutritious, delicious.
yeah, totally. You get a nice sourdough, and I don't mean like a faux sourdough. I mean like one that's actually sour. You know?
But they have to feed for a while. Yeah, sourdough.
I think so. I'm not sure about the science, but
We can talk about it later.
no, I'm keen. We'll figure it out. That's good.
But no toasted subs at Subway.
Yeah, what's I mean? I'm the salad guy still.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
Loaded
This
question.
is such a good question. What's your favorite Taylor Swift song?
Oh, okay. All right. I don't even think it's something from the new album. I think it's bad probably, but it's still something from Red. And it's We Are Never Getting Back Together.
Close.
I feel like it's got a good bounce. I mean, Trouble was great too, but it's got a really good bounce. you
Very
know?
good.
But I once dropped it in a DJ set. This is really controversial. This was when Red came out. And I dropped it in a DJ set, and like maybe a third of the room like walked out, and they kind of gave me like, "What are you doing? What the hell are you doing to our club?" But the other people were like, "Oh yeah, this is the best." You know, those people were they were liberated because they weren't worried about what they were supposed to do and react to that song. They were just embracing the moment. So, let's start with you, Jake. What's your favorite?
I mean, guilty pleasure, Trouble. You can't go
Yeah,
wrong.
it's good.
It's
objectively good. They say music is subjective. Objective. Yeah,
good song.
good song.
Blank Space. So dramatic. So dramatic.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
Mean.
Yeah,
Me?
yeah.
The film clip, just all the flashbacks,
Yeah.
her and her friends in the early days.
Yes,
I mean,
true.
that's original Taylor. That's Taylor to me, you know.
That's so country as well.
It is. It's back to
Yeah.
her roots. It's who she really is. It's who I think Taylor really should be. Anyway.
Yeah, you're right. No, look.
I think it's yours next.
Last question. Well, we're just going to use the questions recreationally afterwards because we're still going to get to know each other.
Question. Jeremy, do you prefer the top or the bottom bunk?
Okay, here's the thing. And I think this is a transition that we may all go through. We don't know yet. I'm going to find out. We'll get the consensus after the four of us talk about this. But when I was a kid, nothing better than the top bunk. Really wanted it. It was the best thing in the world. Now, adult, bottom bunk. It's so practical. I don't want to make all that noise. Like,
You
you
don't
know,
want to wake the other person up.
No, and I'm a guy who kind of like, like maybe the time I find myself with bunk beds now is when we're touring and I'm like staying at a backpackers.
Yeah.
And like, I'm a guy who's like, well, I better look after myself for the morning, so I better drink a lot of water before I go to bed. But that means that you got to get up a couple of times, maybe go to the bathroom. I don't want to be that inconsiderate guy who's like going up and down the ladder. What do you reckon, boy?
I'm exactly the same. As a kid, the top bunk was fun. It was seen as like you fought for the top bunk.
Oh yeah.
You like, you pushed and you shoved and you climbed and, you wanted that top bunk. But again, now, it's not worth the effort. It's you want the ease, the convenience, and you don't want to disrupt other people. I mean, it's simple math.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yes. Assert your dominance, get the top bunk, regardless of how tanks you are.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad that it still lives on. And it's handy, you know. If we all find ourselves in like a backpackers later on, at least we won't all be fighting. You'll go straight for the top bunk,
You'll
and
just have the
one
top
of us will
bunk.
take the other one.
No one will
It's
fight you
fine.
on that.
Easy.
That's it.
You know. I mean, if this group date goes well enough, we all find ourselves back at a backpackers later on,
Oh,
sharing a room
I mean,
as the top and bottom.
I'm in a tent alone. If you want a spoon later, I mean,
Sweet, we got this.
open game.
Good. Well, this is a successful speed date. Thanks, Jake. Guys, like we decided together that all carbs are great, so too are all of us. So I just feel like this should continue like it's been continuing. This dynamic has been great. I feel it could work as we go throughout the rest of our lives. So let's begin that journey. Let's do it.
Oh,
Yeah. It's
just like I'm
natural.
the favorite son. It's all right.
It feels right. We did it, guys. Thank you. Oh yeah.
Ah.
Bluey, will you accept
I mean, if you want all of them.
this rose?
Oh, thank you,
And
Jeremy. I do accept.
Heidi, do you accept this
Of course
rose-ish?
I will accept.
And Jake, do you accept?
How could I deny? I'll see you later tonight, baby.
We did it, guys.
Ah.
Do you accept this rose?
I do.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
There's just no
It
V-neck
will
there.
do. It will do. You've done well.
Thanks, guys.
You've spoken of, though it does seem enchanting, but wait till the morning. It's clear to us that you can't